Nicole, too wise to see God's no titled servant. This celibacy and dating, we have to deal with this temptation piece, the temptation part of it, okay? If we're completely honest, temptation is everywhere. Temptation is going to happen, right? Regardless as to what we say or what we do, there are going to be things that are going to happen as it relates to temptation. But here's what I would like to say. I feel like we can minimize temptation. So we know temptation is going to happen, but we can kind of minimize the temptation. So here's what I want to say. In the moments of you dating someone and you guys have both decided that you're going to not be intimate while in the relationship, okay? The relationship is just starting and you're not going to be intimate. Now, all of us can use this, but it's definitely going to be great for those of you who have just recently started in a relationship or you will meet someone soon. Here's the biggest thing that most people do, that we do. I'm not gonna say most people, that we do. Let's back up. Let's back up. I'm getting ahead of myself. I have to put this out here before I proceed, and I almost forgot. I apologize in advance to all of my male friends and the people that I'm cool with who are males when this gets out what it is I'm about to say. I promise you guys, I'm not trying to cause you guys any problems or any troubles, but I have to look out for my females. I have to look out for them. So again, my apologies ahead of schedule. I still love you guys, but I have to look out for my females. So back to what I was saying, the temptation piece. Here's the deal with the temptation. We can minimize, ladies, the temptation. We really can. We can bring that thing down to so low to where it's like we would really not have any problems. And let me tell you what I mean by that. If you are asked out on a date and it is movie and a dinner. Now keep in mind, like I said last video, some of this applies to males as well, because we do have men who do not want to be intimate in a relationship and they are having to explain to women why. So it applies to both. But we're done with the movies, we're done with the meal, and what we're really supposed to do is, regardless if we met up in our own vehicles or, okay, you were picked up, you going in his house or him coming into your house, that's a no. That's a no. You know why it's a no? It's a setup. Don't do it. I beg of you, don't do it. Now, for those of you who may say, well, I'm strong enough and it's innocent, our flesh is weak. I don't care how holy you may be. I don't care how filled you are with the Holy Ghost, with the evidence of speaking in tongues. Okay? That is temptation, and your flesh is weak. You're supposed to say no if you are asked, and even if you're not asked and you suggest it, you're supposed to say no. Here's why. Here's the reason why. For those of you who are saying, well, I don't have a problem with that, and I'm able to do it, and I haven't had any issues. Okay, well, let me help the other people out. Here's what happens when you step into your home or you step into their home. Automatically, okay? Automatically what happens is, it's like your guards come a little bit down. And here's the reason why your guards come a little bit down. Remember, you're dating somebody that you like. you're dating somebody that you're into. Now I know you can go out on a date with somebody and you like not feeling them, but most people are feeling the individuals that they go out on a date on with, right? So immediately if you go into their place is an extension of them, and it's going to have some type of warmth and coziness and relaxation, right? So automatically after you step over the threshold, you become vulnerable at that moment. They're going to show you great hospitality, and I'm certain that they're going to play some type of romantic music, right? And so there's conversing that's taking place, that's going back and forth. Now for some of you who feel like you shouldn't have wine or you shouldn't have a drink, that's not what this particular video is about. But for those of you who would sip on a glass of wine, all of this great combination of what I'm talking about has brought you way down to vulnerability, right? And even if the individual is not touching you in inappropriate places, but they could have rubbed your head or rubbed your back or rubbed your shoulder, right? You're going to get a sense of relaxation and feel a type of way, right? Okay? So with that being said, you have now placed you in a temptation, okay, that you may not be able to come out of, all right, without saying no. You may not be able to say no, okay, because in most cases, if we're honest, at that point, you're not even asked anything. Nobody is asking you if you want to be intimate. Now, this is a conversation again for who? Grown, matured, adult people who are dating and not being intimate, right? So, what are you supposed to do in those moments when all of this happens? So, nobody's going to ask you, is it okay if we go be intimate? That's not how that goes. One thing leads to another, and before you know it, you are engaging, and now you're at the end of it, and you're like, wow, I can't believe I did that. I was not supposed to do that. But remember, you place you in that temptation. So what am I expressing? What am I conveying to those who want to remain in a position of enjoying the date, having a nice time, and not feeling regretful later because they gave in? You're going to have to make certain that you have those conversations. You're going to have to make certain that you are openly and honest about, I'm not strong enough to come in your house, and I'm not going to try and pretend. I am holy. I do live for God, but my flesh is weak, and I am a human, and if I come into your house, I'm likely to give in. So you have to have those open, honest conversations. There isn't anything wrong with you letting the person know that you're dating, that you will have a problem if you come into their house. It's okay to say, I really like you. I'm very much attracted to you, and I really think that you're handsome. You know, I love the way you walk, okay, and the way you laugh. It just takes me away, okay. I'm really into you, and because I feel this way about you, if I come into your house, there are things that's going to happen that I'm not ready to have happen. So I'm not going to come in. And so the last thing that I'm going to leave you guys with is this. And we're going to talk about this in another video, but I just want to leave it with you guys so you have it on your mind. Why is it that we consider a date out to eat and a movie? It's okay, but dinner and a movie should come later in a relationship and not necessarily at the start. Now, the dinner piece can be at any part. It could be at the beginning, the middle, toward the committed end. It can fall anywhere. But that movie piece shouldn't be at the beginning. It just should not. Here's why. You're just simply sitting in a theater, okay? You're supposed to be doing engaging things, playing pool, bowling, golf, so forth and so on. Why? Because you're getting to know one another. As you do engaging things, you get to know each other. But we're gonna pause that. We're gonna put a little pause. Let's put a little pin right there. I'm gonna get to that. I want to address something before I close out this video. And here's what I want to address. I try to read most of my comments with my videos. So I want to address one of the comments that was made on the celibacy and dating video. And one of the comments that was made, I was going to talk about this, but I'm going to go ahead and speak on it since somebody else has said it. Whenever you tell the individual that you're not going to be intimate with them during the dating process, they immediately lose interest and do not want to further date you or even proceed with dating you, and they kind of go their way. This is what I want to say to you all. Please don't lose any sleep, okay? And we're not going to lose any sleep over anybody who immediately runs when we say this. You know why? They are actually helping us. They're helping you. Because now you don't have to be in prayer and praying and asking God, is this the one? What should you do? How should you do it? Because guess what? They have eliminated themselves. So the easy part is done. They've gone. Okay, so we let them be. So I feel like, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it. It's almost as if, should some of you all say you're dating and you're practicing not being intimate to kind of do a process of elimination, that may work for some people, because then you know why the individual is actually dating you. But I had to come and share that because it's the weekend, and even if you view this and it's not the weekend, you can still use this information. But I had to come and say this so I could save somebody this weekend from going across the threshold into his house or into her house and making a mistake, okay? Because you're not strong enough. Your flesh is weak. So do not put yourself in compromising positions that would warrant you not being able to say no. Because remember, we're grown people, matured over here. Once you're in the home and you're relaxed and you're vulnerable, we all know how this goes. Nobody's going to ask you to be intimate. One thing leads to another, and then at this point, it has happened, and there's nothing you can do. I pray that this celibacy, dating, and temptation has helped you in some way. If you don't find no benefit from it, call a friend, tell your girl what time it is so she doesn't fall into temptation. You guys be blessed.